We're at Portleithen Academy near Aberdeen to see how the students are getting on with TI Inspire. TI Inspire is a flexible suite of ICT learning tools with the power to transform the way students explore and learn maths and science. It enables students to investigate the connections between different mathematical structures, concepts and expressions. It does this by dynamically linked software applications, including calculator, graphs, geometry, spreadsheets and data and statistics. TI Inspire is a modular system that's available in fully compatible handheld and software versions to meet different teaching and learning needs.
I can see from all your icons we've got 2 people absent today, the rest of you have all got the file. Now we're going to get you to doing some estimation and some maths this afternoon, then we're going to move on to some statistics analysis of how good you were.
The software can be used on a computer or laptop and projected onto a whiteboard or screen. This enables teachers to prepare lessons and to share them with the whole class.
What we're wanting to do is click along the side and we're wanting to pick hydrogen. And look how cool that is. That's awesome. Isn't that amazing?
Best of all, TI Inspire can be used on a handheld device by teachers and students, individually, and as part of a shared classroom experience. It all adds up to truly interactive, enjoyable and engaging learning.
I think it's really cool because we haven't used these before and it's like something new, so it's quite fun.
It's like a laptop because it's got the mouse.
I used it, I was like, oh, it's an ace as a mouse and everything, and I really liked it. It was good.
I liked the way you could go to documents and use the calculator, and there's little notes.
This technology, the Inspire wireless network, allows me to send files out in real time. Students interact with them real time. We can collate all their answers real time. And all of a sudden the lesson is theirs, it's not mine, and it's through information they've generated and their thoughts that actually progresses their understanding rather than the pace that I forced or the textbook has dictated. Now, here comes hopefully the cool bit. This pad you've been using is actually a touch pad. If you stroke it gently, you can move it around over the page in front of you. Press and hold, and the hand closes around it. And now when you move it up, you can slide the whole thing up, and then you can stroke it down and move it down. So just make sure you're happy moving it up and down.
Something should have come up on your screen. Okay, all files transferred successfully. Oh, look at that, everybody's on the right screen.
I'm going to tell you now that if I were to shade it all the way up, that would be 100% shaded, okay? If I brought it all the way down, it'd be 0%. I would like you to move it to where you think it will have 30% shaded.
It looked quite hard to work, but it's quite simple.
When I first saw it, I thought I'd never be able to work it, but it's so much easier than it looks.
I've had 2 days training, and this is really the first time I've had an opportunity to use it with a class, so it's really very easy to use.
Now what we can do is have a quick glance and see what you guys have done so far. You can now go up to this top left where it says show, and there's 2 little black triangles at the top there. And if you click on the one that's pointing up, and it will show you what percentage you actually did shade in. If it wasn't 30%, it'll then reveal what the percentage was. Now I want to gather in the information which you've just done there, so just give me one moment. So I can see I've got 6, 7, 8, 9 people who've finished typing in their number. Now when I analyse all these numbers in due course, the Inspire works with all levels of curriculum. There's the IT level of the experience, which allows students to feel as if they're on the cutting edge of using technology with their learning.
So I'll give you a different sequence this time, let's see how we get on. Okay, so what would the nth term of the sequence 4, 7, 10 and 13 be?
I've used the wireless network with Inspire, and that with a live presenter setup allows me to walk around the room and with my handheld's display projected up at the front, I can troubleshoot issues if they come up around the room, I can show individuals, and I'm not stuck at the front, and the learning is not happening at the front of the room, the learning is happening throughout the room. Press escape and then reveal what number you did get. Again, you should have a dialogue turning up on your screen. Can you type in the percentage that you got?
Technology, they're used to that kind of thing, so they like the fact that it's sort of instant, you can send them questions and they're more involved, much more active, and I think that brings the enjoyment up so much more. 2 times n minus 1.
For the new construction that's turned up on your screen, that looks like this. Again, I want you to move that point so you've got 30% shaded. You can move it to wherever you want. If you want to go a bit freaky and over around to the other side, that's fine. Anywhere on the perimeter, have it so it says 30% shaded. When you think you've got it, press escape and show if you did indeed get the right answer. Okay, so I'm going to collect in that estimation. And again, once you've sent me that one, go on to the last page, please. So go to page 5.1. Again, move it so it's 30%. You should have a picture of a circle on the screen. Once I've seen that everyone has revealed their percentage, again, you can look up at the front and see all the variety that other people have gone for if you wish. Gosh, look at the amount of variety. We've got somebody thinking that that's 30% and someone else. But you can just see from that one question, there's a huge diversity of opinion there.
I like the polls. You could see what everyone else thought of things. I thought it was really good.
It's a faster way of learning than using the textbook. It's so much easier than it looks.
When they first pick up the Inspire, they see it as certainly different. There's a few more buttons, there's a few more options they can do, and it's that choice that sort of raises the game a little bit. They start getting excited, they talk to other neighbours, oh, have you seen how it can do this? And it takes just a small suggestion from a teacher at the front of the room for it to sort of spread like wildfire through a classroom. And the kids start bouncing ideas off themselves, and those are the best lessons, because I just then stand back and let it happen. And that makes the job enjoyable and fun. I can be far more creative in response to how they're taking the lesson than I would have otherwise normally been with other forms of technology. And it's that sort of ability to tailor it to whatever emphasis you want to make on the topic that makes it such a powerful teaching tool. So what you can be doing is, on each subsequent page, just creating a comparative dot plot and seeing whether what you thought would happen did indeed happen. I'm seeing them all come up on the screen in a minute. Somebody's racking up 4 or 5 one by one. You can certainly do that. What about these numbers?
Not as compact.
They're not as compact. Any other words we'd use for not as compact?
Spread out.
Oh, I heard spread out. Perfect. That's the word we use. They're more spread out, all right? So when you're making a decision, you're taking into account not a case of just where the numbers, but how spread out they are. Do you have a theory as to why people... Did they find it harder for the parallelogram? Why did people find it harder? What's your theory on that?
Because it's taken at an angle.
It's taken at an angle. Was that the hardest? Yeah?
Well, I found it easier for the other things because I only could find what was 50. You could see what was 50, and
Right.
then just a bit less.
Ah, so you're saying it's a little bit harder to find where 50% is on this as a reference point. Why is it harder to find 50% for this? Go for it.
Not on edges.
It's not on edges. I like it. All the other ones had a point in edges. I hadn't thought of it that way. Yes, go for it, Dave.
You're used to memorising like measurements on a ruler and stuff, which is straight, and you don't usually use a circle to measure.
That's a nice theory. I like that theory. I've not had that theory given to me before. But the very fact that it's circular and not straight is the thing that messes with your mind. If you do a tiny movement, it makes a big difference. Did you see that? I'm just doing it up here in case you don't have it on your screen. I'm doing tiny movements, but look how quickly it shoots from 30% up to 50%.
There's lots of documents already made up that we can use from the Inspiring Learning website, so it's quick and easy to start up, and then obviously you can prepare your own once you're a bit more confident.
I think for teachers who are nervous of taking on board sort of new technology or new platforms for learning, the Inspire platform and the wireless network, that allows teachers to take a lot more control. And yes, it will require a little bit of investment at the beginning, but the long-term benefits far outweigh anything I've seen in any other media.
You don't have to like sit and look at the board for ages. You get to do it yourself.
At first I was worried because I didn't know how to use it, but then I got the hang of it and it's pretty cool now.
It's going to make my maths lessons a lot more interesting.